I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better. You will never. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's all flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk. I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coach.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. Texans. Now a play fake here on first down. Taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles go 11-5 with a wild card loss last year, and now here they are in Super Bowl 54.
We know the city of Houston pretty well, right? Because it's hosted Super Bowls. What have they hosted? 3 so far in their history? The Oilers prior to. Now, of course, the Texans. Neither one of them has ever played in the big game. So that city's got to be out of its mind. I mean, think about how excited they are. Have the Texans representing in the Super Bowl. They've been good recently. Now they got over the top, have a chance to take home the Lombardi Trophy.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they are back again in the big game. It's their 4th appearance, but all coming since the year 2000, Charles.
They've been in it 3 times total, right? Lost 2 prior, right? Lost once in Detroit to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, Mike Holmgren was the head coach of that team. And then they lost that heartbreaker to the New England Patriots when Russell Wilson was picked off. But the win, oh, it was magnificent. That was back in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, Super Bowl 48. And remember, they just rolled over the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning in that one. They'd like to have that kind of performance again in this one.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Zach Cunningham. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. There, 5 yards. A first down carry now for Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second down, it's Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Watson with a give to Miller. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Now Watson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
It's like you're going negative on him.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Eluding the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Throwing is Wilson. Partner, he was going through his... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down now, it's Miller, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards down. They keep it with Miller on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Miller.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and it held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. He'll run it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The Texans offense ready to go. Here for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Barkley. Quickly, Charles, what could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
All day, dog.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. Flush to his right. It's complete to Lockett. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down Seahawks.
as a general.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd and 2, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw, Watson. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Watson. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston, with the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans push further out in front. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked. And his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And a good return. He'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Reader, his 2nd sack of the night. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's under pressure again. And down he goes again. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. To throw is Wilson. And an alley to run. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Watson. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would do?
don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get hit from behind, and he's
going to be driven down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. After the sack on first down, Wilson.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. To throw again on second down. Wilson flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Less than 2 minutes remain here in Super Bowl 54. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Wilson dancing to his left. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Pass, offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, We're talking about what offenses did.